Hello, welcome to the senior project final presentation for the Pediatric Emergency Medicine app for summer of 2020. My name is Santiago de Iralamut. I will be presenting today, and my teammates were DIANET, CRUZ, Yelis Fundora, and ABEL Gonzalez. The product owners for this project were Jean Hannon and Bruce Quinn, and the professor for this class was Masoud Sajjadi. For the problem definition for the project, we believe that medical staff should have an application that provides them with quick and easy access to critical medical information for pediatric emergencies. Users of the app should also have the ability to talk to each other and should be able to see the certifications and continuing medical education of other people that they're talking to. Now, here is the problem definition for my part. My part has been mostly focused on the chat section of the app, most relating to the improving of its usability and ease of use. The part for my teammate, DIANET CRUZ, has been mostly related to login and the initial interaction that a user will have with the app. She has added a splash screen so that when a user is loading the app, they're shown a good app screen instead of just a blank screen with a loading icon. And then she's also added possibilities for login and extended such that a user can use a pre-existing Google account to sign up, significantly reducing the time it takes to sign up and log into the app. Now, my teammate Yelis Fundora's part has been mostly related to implementing and expanding the profile section of the application. She's added the ability for a user to edit their profile, add certifications, as well as any relevant information, including a picture that they want. She's also done a lot of work on improving the in-app navigation and improved ease of use dramatically. Finally, she has also implemented the ability for a user to click and see another user's profile directly from the chat screen. Now for Abel Gonzalez's part, he has done a major restructuring of the application source code and the way the application is structured, which has facilitated development for the rest of us a lot. He has also implemented the ability to have an admin account, which will allow a user to access the information behind the scenes, such as in each category, and modify it or add more as time goes on. And he has also done a lot of work redesigning the set categories content screen, which is used to display the information in each category. Here we have a breakdown of the major user stories that we have worked on over the semester. They're color coded to see that which sprint has been used to work on which part. Now here are the user stories that I've worked on. Two of the most significant ones have been to the first user story of the second sprint, which enables the chat and allows it to have permanent messages, as well as the 15th story of the third sprint, which has been to allow a user of the app to see a picture or the profile of the person. This has worked together with my teammate Yelis. Now, DIANET's CRUZ user stories are seen here. She's worked on quite a few. Some of the most significant ones were the ability for a user to sign up with an existing Google account, which again reduced a lot the time it takes for a user to sign up to the app. She's also created a splash screen for when the user initially loads the app, and she's also worked a lot on setting up an email notification to the user whenever somebody accesses their profile. Now here are the stories that Yelis Fundora has worked on. The most important ones that she has worked on are the third user story of the second sprint, where she created and started working on the profile side of the app, as before there wasn't really any way to edit the profile for your account. She has also worked on the fourth user story for the second sprint, which has allowed a lot of in-app navigation shortcuts, so you can access the chat from the login screen. You don't have to go to the categories. It's made the life a lot easier as a user of the app. She has also worked on the ability for a user to click on another user's icon in the chat and see a short version of their profile, as well as she has added the ability for a user to create an event and add them to their own phone's calendar. And here are Abel Gonzalez's user stories. He's also worked on quite a few. And the most important ones being the fifth one of the second sprint, as well as the third one of the third sprint, which are both restructuring of the code and implementation of Redux Thunk, which has facilitated a lot the way the rest of the developers have been working on it during the semester. He's also worked on the sixth user story of the second sprint, which was the creation of the admin user and the admin user panel, as well as the fourth user story of the third sprint, which was the redesign of the categories content screen. Here's the use case diagram for the whole application. We originally intended to color code it by the part that we each worked on, but there was a lot of overlap, so it made the whole image very confusing. So that's why we decided against it. And here, individual user case diagrams for parts here in concrete are DIANET CRUZ's and my contributions. Again, my contribution was related to the chat room, while DIANET's was mostly related to the login section. Now here is Yelis Fundoras's contribution, which was mostly related to profile again. And here is Abel's. Has been mostly related to category screens, as well as the creation of the admin and the admin user. Here are the sequence diagrams for the application. We're starting with mine. Again, I've worked mostly on the chat features, so that's what we have here. Here is the DIANET's sequence diagram, mostly related to login again. Here is Yelis's sequence diagram. It's been mostly relating to the profile part, as well as Abel's that has mostly been with the category screen as well as the admin screens. Now here's the system design and architecture for our project. The view layer is mostly managed by React Native, and we have Redux Thunk middleware in order to manage the connection between that and Firebase, which is our backend. We use Firebase real-time database, as well as Firebase login and Google login. System data and information, such as users created, all-in users in the chat, category content, and any other type of stored data except login information, is currently stored with Firebase real-time database, which is Firebase's dynamic NoSQL database. It's ideal for dynamic data such as messages or the CMEs, which can change often. Firebase authentication is the main method of authentication for the app, as well as Google login. This allows us, the developers, to not have to directly manage the security of the user's info and instead abstract that to be done by a much more experienced company such as Google. Here we have a class diagram for the whole project, and here following we have the class diagrams for each of our individual parts. This one is mine. This one is DIANET CRUZ's. Here is Yelis Fundoras. And here is Abel Gonzalez. Here's one of the most important algorithms of the thing. It's related to the search bar that allows a user to search for a specific thing, which we believe is probably going to be used a lot. Now we say it's one of the most important and not the main, because we don't believe that there really is a main algorithm for this project. There are a lot of very important algorithms. For example, this one, the login algorithm, the one that allows an admin to add more data. But we chose this one as an example. Now here in the next slides, I'm going to showcase some of the test cases that we have gone over. Right here we have two examples, a sunny day example and a rainy day example of a test case relating to the integration of a user's profile with their chat icon. Again, this is the part that Yelis mostly worked on. So when a user clicks on a different user's icon, they should be taken to their profile. What we wanted to check mostly is that they're correctly taken to that user's profile and that they're not able to edit any information from there, which is what we see in the sunny day. That is exactly what happened. So the test passed. When the user has not set up their profile, the original user is taken to a default screen that showcase the most basic information without an image or anything of the sort, and is still not able to edit the information. As we see, both were passing. Here are the second set of test cases. Again, a sunny day and a rainy day. Here we tested that a user was able to use Google login to log into the app, or to sign up for the application using a pre-existing Google account, which was one of the things we wanted to achieve. In the sunny day example, the Firebase and Google API are correctly configured, so then the user is able to properly log in, uh, and it happened as we expected. For the rainy day example, we simulated for example, maybe our connection to Firebase was not working or something of the sort, which allowed to test a possible rainy day scenario. And what we wanted to achieve with this is make sure that the user is shown a relevant error message, so they're not just told that it was correct when it wasn't. That's exactly how it happened, so the test passed. Here we have another set of sunny day and rainy day examples. Here we're going to test the ability for a user to access and edit their profile and save the changes. In the sunny day scenario, everything is set up correctly. Firebase real-time is working. And in the rainy day scenario, we simulated again that Firebase is either down or a connection to it is not working. And for the sunny day scenario, the user was able to edit every information that they were supposed to be able to edit, while in the rainy day, they're not able to. And they're giving again a relevant error message that will let them know what the issue is, and they can then communicate it to the developers so that the problem can be fixed. And the last set of test suites and test cases here is going to be related to the administration account and the ability for the administration to edit information in the categories and subcategories. Sunny day scenario is again properly configured, demonstrates that everything works as expected when the user is given the right permissions. And for the rainy day scenario, if a user is not given admin privileges, then they will not be able to access any information and not change it, which is important to guarantee that the information that we have is accurate and reliable. Thank you very much for this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Here is our contact information for my teammates and I. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, concerns, anything, please do let us know. And again, thank you for watching.